November 8, uniform Alpha X-ray. Don't know where the mic's set, don't have any idea, so if it's all distorted or something, if it's distorted or something, it's my fault.
Roger, what's the name there?
Roger, what's the name there?
Our name is Mark. We've spoken before. You've helped me out numerous times wonderfully also.
You say Mark?
You say Mark?
Yeah, Mark. Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo.
Okay, Mark, and where are you located, sir?
Okay, Mark, and where are you located, sir?
North Carolina.
What radio is that?
What radio is that?
FT-101E.
E is in Edward?
E is in Edward?
Roger, E is in Echo.
Roger, Roger. Okay, yeah, I think we might be able to help your signal a little bit, but let's take one thing at a time. First thing would be to be sure that you're in that wide transmit bandwidth, TBW, wide TBW, 100 to 2900, wide 100 to 2900 on your TBW. That gives you all of the capability that transmitter can do, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you are into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Before you are into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that setting on the radio, so I don't know where it is. This radio has just been aligned. So it should be correct. If that helps you, I do have the processor in, and the mic gain is at about half.
Roger there, Mark. Okay, well, why don't you take a note on that? Take a note on your transmit bandwidth. We want to be in that wide mode, 100 to 2900. You might have other modes, but that 100 to 2900 will be the best thing for your transmitter. The thing is, when you start to lesser modes of your transmit bandwidth, you start rolling off the top end, and there goes the intelligibility. You want as much intelligibility as you can, because that will help you get through a pile-up or whatever, And if you've cut yourself down to like a 2, like a 400 to 2 KC or something like that, you will have fairly well wiped out your top end there, and you will not be as perceived to understand what you're saying as if you were up at the 100 to 2900. So take a note. You want to be 100 to 2900 on your transmit bandwidth. Roger?
You want to be 100 to 2900 on your transmit bandwidth. Roger?
Okay, there's no setting on the radio for that in front. That must be an alignment issue. I'll look at the service manual and see if there is such a thing. But mind you, it is a condenser microphone. That may change things a bit. But made everything. It sounds good. How wide they made everything. It sounds good on the receive end.
I didn't understand what that was. The transmitter doesn't have much to do with the receiver. This is just a transmit bandwidth, TBW. Roger.
Just a transmit bandwidth, TBW. Roger.
Yeah, TBW. I know what that is. I mean, I've got a 7610 here also, but I don't have. There's not a setting on this radio for that. It's an FT-101E. It's a 1970 vintage. I'm sure you're familiar with it. It's a hybrid.
Yes, sir. Well, you're probably down to maybe 200 to 2700. The later radios are more defined as far as having 3 different bandwidth capabilities. The older radios are usually pretty stuck with whatever the bandwidth was in the original concept, and not be able to be changed. But in that period, I can't be sure. You can just have to check your owner's manual about that. But in lieu of being able to hit 100 to 2900, obviously we want you, and if you have an option, you want to be in the highest resolution you can, provided that it doesn't exceed 2900. So there you go there. But let's continue on. On that compressor processor, we suggest a 3 on your compressor processor. It's just enough to really help you a lot, but it's very imperceivable as far as somebody listening saying that you're running any compression at all. So it's a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 on your compressor processor. Roger?
Out of 100 on your compressor processor. Roger?
Roger, you do realize that this radio has processor on-off only.
Is that right? Is that right? Are you sure?
Is that right? Is that right? Are you sure?
Mind you, it's an FT-101 Echo. It's the same as a B or the A. It's an old. I'm warming up the tubes in the back of it. It's an oldie.
Okay, sir. Just to check your frequency, we're on 7188. Roger, you seem like you might be just ever so top. High on frequency. We are on 7188, Roger?
High on frequency. We are on 7188, Roger?
Okay, let me make an adjustment on this over here, and I'll adjust it accordingly when I come back to you. I can move that a little bit. I can't. I have to move the dial. Okay. Why don't you come back and I'll tune your voice? This sounds like you, but I'll tune the voice again.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is KC9VKV, and I want to get to your ALC. You're pretty hot into your ALC, so let's if you want to. We could turn off that processor since I haven't heard it work, so you can leave it on or take it off. It's really such a low amount. It doesn't do that much as far as what we do as far as the setup. The main thing is coming up the ALC. We want to set the ALC to with your mic gain in hand, and as you say the word audio, don't stress it. Just say it like you would say any other word in a Qso. Audio. It's the first half of that word that's really important, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter as you manipulate your mic gain control and say the word audio.
Manipulate your mic gain control and say the word audio.
Okay, well the mic gain here only goes from 0 to 5. The ALC goes 0 to 5, and right now on audio it's running about 3. Okay, about 3 is what it says.
Okay, so you got to listen. We're going to. You've got a mic level control, and you've got an ALC meter, I assume. And if you say the word audio and turn the mic gain up or down as you're saying the word audio, and you're looking at your ALC meter, you want to hit it right at 2/3 or 7, whichever comes first.
2/3 or 7, whichever comes first.
Okay, well, all right. The ALC on this radio goes from 0 to 5. But anyhow, I'll get it so it's at 2/3. There's a little hot. Hello. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. Hello. Boy, it's all over. That's down a little bit.
Okay, tell me about your antenna system so that I can hear you a little bit.
Okay, tell me about your antenna system so that I can hear you a little bit.
Oh, we're using a full trap dipole 4080 160, and and the match is good here, but it will not. It is a little narrow. I do not have a match, a tuner in between it. I haven't hooked it up yet.
Roger that. Okay, and does it have equalization? Does it have onboard equalization?
Does it have equalization? Does it have onboard equalization?
No. Let me tell you what it does have. If you have your computer, bring up an FT-101, and you'll see noise blanker on and off. There's RF attenuation on and off, and then there's an index that you can use 25 hertz to 100 hertz to define your center frequency. That is strictly hertz to 100 hertz to define your center frequency, and that is strictly for to calibrate the dial or figure out where you are. But I do have a digital flight with it, and I'm very, very close to 188 right now.
Okay, I'm having a hard time copying you. I'm assuming that you do not have an equalizer on board on that radio, but you do have some kind of low-frequency cut. Is that a Roger?
Kind of low-frequency cut. Is that a Roger?
Can you copy better? How's this?
Tell me about the best thing you like about your radio and let me listen to you.
Tell me about the best thing you like about your radio and let me listen to you.
Well, it's all it is something for me to mess around with, and I can change the other antenna to be better. Right now I got on the mic gain, I have it at 4. I do not have the processor in. The microphone is it's a D104, but it's got a condenser modification on it, and it is amplified. So I can turn the microphone up. My watt meter on TEP says about 150 watts. Okay, so I know it's not a lot of power, and until I figure out like get everything matched up here with the FT-220. I don't want to transmit it to an unmatched antenna with the FT-220. So I heard you on the air. I'm sorry if it's an inconvenience for you. We can try it another time.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm trying to figure out what we do have to work with. If you do not have, if you do have a bass roll or bass cut, I would suggest putting it in that. But the problem is you need more top end. And if you have something that does have a selection for more top end, you might try that because your high frequency content right at the moment is very limited, Roger.
High frequency content right at the moment is very limited, Roger.
Okay, and that's typical. Mr. Microphones are okay. I don't know what the frequency range was on this condenser microphone I put in here. Okay, I just I grabbed one out of my box and put it in. So, but generally almost all the same. Now, mind you, I can put in the processor. You can look through that, and I can mess with the mic gain. Over.
Right. Well, this is a matter of equalization. This is a matter of you're not having a lot of high-frequency content. And that's what we want to try to get that your signal a little bit brighter than what it is in the top end. Now, you say you're running an electret condenser mic. Is that a Roger?
Now, you say you're running an electret condenser mic. Is that a Roger?
That's correct.
Okay, I have a thing called a CRISPR design that takes a phono jack shield or the rubber piece. I take a razor blade and I cut the narrowing part of that off, so I'm just left with a cylindrical kind of round thing about 1 inch long or half an inch long, but it's just perfect to slip over the electret microphone and protrude out in front of the electret microphone about a quarter of an inch or so. And what this does is causes a rising frequency characteristic. It becomes a passive equalizer and gives you more top-end frequency response than, probably 6 or 7 dB at 10K, but it does raise the top end quite a bit and gives you extra equalization. Although it's a passive thing, it works well with electret microphones. Roger?
Passive thing, it works well with electret microphones. Roger?
And I was told I'm 100 hertz high.
I'm sorry, try that again.
I'm sorry, try that again.
His signal is 100 hertz high. When you tune up 100 hertz, you can hear him. He sounds better. He loses that muddy bottom end.
Ah, okay. So, sir, you might come down 100 cycles or so, and let's listen to you.
Cycles or so, and let's listen to you.
Doesn't sound right at this end. Is that better?
Sounds pretty good. Tell me again what you like about your radio.
Tell me again what you like about your radio.
Well, it's something I picked up, and thank you, sir, for coming in there. The other gentleman said, that it's off frequency. I could use the clarifier. I probably could, rather than trying to do the dial. It's just the novelty of it. Like I said, I've got a 7610 if I want to get serious. It's the novelty of having the old radio and talking on it. But I do want you, Jim, to listen to the processor also. And let me know if I could turn the microphone up.
Roger. Well, the being on the upper side of the frequency, I'm not going to tune to you because I'd be tuning all day long to everybody that comes in. We have to play it like it is. But I suggest that maybe you get a frequency meter so you can tell exactly what you're doing there. That'd probably be the best thing. We guarantee you that you would be on frequency. Just get an external frequency meter, Roger.
Get an external frequency meter, Roger.
Well, the bad news is I do have an external frequency meter, and it doesn't seem to be aligned with your voice correctly. I don't seem to be hitting where you are. I'm just, and like I said, Jim, I did that modification. You told me that once before. I did it on this microphone. I overheard you someday talking about it, and I did it. So that's been done on this microphone. And like I said, if the processor will help, I'll put the processor in. And if you need more mic gain or amplification at the microphone, I can do that too.
Right. Well, in the meantime, I'm thinking that we can use the proximity to microphone as a way of getting more high-frequency content. If you were to back off your distance to microphone by about 2 inches, it would shift your top end a little bit higher in regards to your bass. And so if you would work the mic maybe about 2 inches further back than what you normally do, and come up on your mic gain just a little bit to offset the proximity effect, then let's hear you that way, Roger.
Let's hear you that way, Roger.
Okay, Roger, yes. I see that when I transmit, it does go a little high on frequency. I moved away from it, and I'll compensate here. 5 on the mic gain, and the processor is still on it.
I didn't catch that last. I missed that last. You're only about maybe a dB above my noise level, or I should say my Kentucky SDR noise level, Roger.
My Kentucky SDR noise level, Roger.
Okay, and I guess both either antenna was good. You did tell me which antenna worked better. But mind you, it's only using that. There's the back from the mic. Yeah, mic gain is at 5 on got a scale from 0 to 10, and process is not well.
Yeah, I've got some QRM on the frequency. Boy, we got them, and the problem is how to get rid of them. Anyway, Mark, you know, that 7610 really sounds like a good idea to me.
Good idea to me.
Oh, I know that. That's not the idea. The idea was the fun of getting this thing working correctly. I don't know if I'm processing. The processes, and that helped you a little bit.
Yeah, roger. Well, I would suggest then using, if you understand what that is, the CRISPR, just get you a phono jack and cut the tapering part off the rubber part, and then slip over that over the front end of your electret microphone for just barely, so you have about 1/4 of an inch or a little bit thereabouts, and that sticks out in front of your electret microphone, and that will really boost the top end, which is what you need. So it is a passive top end equalizer, Roger.
Is a passive top-end equalizer, Roger?
Roger. I did that already, okay? I've done that to this microphone. So we'll have to do this another time. When I have the amplifier in line on it, and when the radio's had a couple hours to stabilize, and maybe it'll be closer to frequency.
Roger. I just went over and tried to copy you on my local antenna, and you're still kind of heavy on the bottom end there, or should I say not, the top end still suffers a little bit, needs more top end EQ. So, but there's always ways around everything, If you were to get a device that had some EQ capabilities externally, you could put that in line with your microphone, then but obviously you've got gain in that D104 that is currently running an electret capsule, and it's not a good idea to stack a bunch of equipment in line with each other, because everything you add to it opens up the possibilities for RF and the AF. But the neat part about it is, if you do have this device that would give you a little compression and a little EQ, you can make any older radio sound brand new, because it gives it features that it didn't originally have. Roger?
Yeah, and I have that. I have EQ for my 7610, and I just noticed. I switched antennas. Does that help? I'm going to go back to the other antenna if this helps.
Oh, no. That sounds really good right at the moment. I'm on my local 7300 now, Roger.
Okay, we'll use this antenna then. Yeah, this is my. Okay, we'll use this on. The match is better on this. So anyhow, you get a better sound on it now. That's the processor in. My gain is at 5. I turned the bottom of the D104 up a touch, and I'm staying away from at least 4 inches.
Yeah, I think that's sounding better. I really do. And I usually, suggest if you're running a powered device, do you have to adjust that with a screwdriver on the bottom of the D104?
Yes, you do. It's right here.
Okay, so what I normally would suggest is that you put your internal mic level control in the nominal position of like a 2.5. If you have a scale of 0 to 5, put it on a 2.5 or a 3, and then adjust your external device to get your proper level, and that way you're right in the mid spot of your input signal that it's looking for. Considering that the design manufacturer would say, we're going to put this mic control in the in the middle position will be a nominal level, and it can go plus or minus. So I would say, if you put the microphone on a 3, and then adjust your internal microphone level control on a 3, and then adjusted your external mic level to where you hit your ALC level correctly, that would be probably the best way to do it. Roger?
Okay, the scale on the mic gain is 0 to 10. It's at 5. How's that for a start?
Okay, so you have a 0 to 10 mic input. So I would put it on a 5, and then I would put your internal mic gain control on a 5, and then adjust your external mic gain until you're at the proper level on your ALC meter as you say the word audio. Roger, Roger, it'd be 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter.
Okay, there we go. Come down. Audio. Is that closer?
Yes, sir. I think that's good. Then, so what's happened now is that you're in a nominal position on your input, your internal mic level control. You're at a 5, which is halfway between 0 and 10. So that's a nominal input level control. And then you're coming in just as you're adjusting your external device to match that, so you have a lot of leeway then, plus or minus, before you have any problems of distortion, which is exactly what you want to consider there by placing that mic gain control, internal mic gain control, at the mid position. Roger?
Okay, good. This do a lot on frequency to you. Your voice sounds fine here, but when I transmit it goes to KC5.
Okay, I'm sorry, you dropped in frequency that time. Come back again, kind of zero me if you can. Roger, Roger.
Okay.
No, you're still low. Okay, I'm just going to talk here for a minute and just adjust your level, your frequency until I sound right. I'm hoping you are affecting both your transmit and receive. Roger, Roger. This is KC9VKV. I can't hear a word you're saying. I can hear you, but I can't understand you. You're very off frequency there. Come back to where you were. Disregard whatever you were doing just then, and come back to where you were. You were a lot closer earlier. Roger?
Sounds like he's probably got his wrist on it.
I don't know. Yeah, I think he went the wrong way. Hello. Try coming up a little bit. That was too low. Roger, Roger?
Yeah, this is agonizing, isn't it?
Who was that? Was that you?
Yes, me. I said this is agonizing. So it's not transmitting where it's receiving.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's just a tad low now. Just a tad low, but like I say, if you're running a frequency meter, it should show you what's going on there. I don't know why it wouldn't.
It doesn't seem to. Oh, Jesus! It doesn't sound like it just.
Yeah, you were still some. I couldn't. I don't know where you were. I could not understand what you were saying. Probably my fault, but there you go. I would run the 7610 myself. I'm too old to. I guess I'm past my my prime as far as looking for older radio to perform like new. I got a bunch of Drake stuff that I haven't aired in years because they just you know, you're constantly tuning. You're constantly nudging one way or the other on all that Drake stuff, particularly at higher frequencies. I used to run that Drake at 10 meters, man, and it was just a constant touch-up because you know, I tried warming the oscillator area, and I tried cooling the oscillator area with fans, and I never. You know, it didn't really ever make any difference. It just never was stable, Roger.
Never make any difference. It just never was stable, Roger.
Yeah, that's why they call it the old days, I guess. I understand. This radio is supposed to be on for a while, and I've adjusted the best I can to your voice. It runs at 187 is what it shows. And then when I transmit, it goes to 187.2.
That last transmission was very good. Sounded good to me as far as being on frequency. 7300, like I say, is at 7188, and that was sounded to me like you were right there on transmit.
88, and that was sounded to me like you were right there on transmit.
Well, maybe it's warming up.
Yes, sir. Well, gosh, let's take it down to Miami Beach and see how it works. We can take it out on the beach there and just put it out in the sun and just relax and Qso out there on the beach, Roger, and it'll be right on frequency with all that sun down there.
Roger, and it'll be right on frequency with all that sun down there.
Yeah, Roger. You know what? Let me let you go. You've been very kind, and I will give us a little more time to run, and I'll make a couple of more Qsos with it, and see if it does come back into transmit and receive together. If it doesn't, I will have a conversation with someone. Okay. Thank you very much. I didn't write your call sign down. I got a K and a C here, but I don't have any more than that. MARK-N8UAX.
Roger, I would pull the volume down just a little bit from where you are. I would reset my ALC to mid 2/3 or 7 because you look a little hot right at the moment. So, you know, I would do that. So 73 there, bud. Good to talk at you, and don't be such a stranger. We'll make that radio work, Roger.
Don't be such a stranger. We'll make that radio work, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. I just turned the mic gain down to 4.
Yes, sir, I think that's better. It sounds like you're about probably 3 dB dynamic range, which means your average percent of peak modulation is between 80 and 85%, which is a nice hefty signal, Roger.
85%, which is a nice hefty signal, Roger.
Okay, Roger. I was told that the tubes are very good. It's only about 150 watts on the tube, so they're almost at 100%. And anyhow, I appreciate you taking the time, and the other gentleman that came in there, that was kind of him also. All the best to you. November 8, Uniform Alpha X-Ray, best 73.
Roger, Mark 73, sir. And that last transmission I thought was the best. I mean, it was just on frequency, and it sounded pretty good EQ-wise. 73, sir. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.